And we are live.
30 seconds is a long time.
It is long. Yeah. I think
I need to stop yelling at my kid. Just give me a minute. Just a minute of quiet.
Wow. It is a long time. So how's it going?
All right.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Suddenly decided to be summer here.
Yeah,
so
welcome to Japanese summer. Yep.
Yeah. It's going to be brutal. And all those tourists aren't going to make it any better. They're going to make it smell funny, though. That'll be nice.
No comment. Yeah, all right. I'll be staying inside. Yeah.
Yeah. So any game stuff?
Not really.
Oh, I got a chance to play Warcrow, the Corvus Belli
okay.
fantasy game.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it was just the starter set. So the two factions, almost like Alliance Horde. It was like a human elf dwarf faction and a orc and troll kind of faction. Mm-hmm. And it uses the funny dice from Aristea, so not D20s. I like the head-to-head rolling in Infinity. It doesn't have that, but I think it's supposed to be much lighter because you don't need laser pointers, and it's not precision measuring, and cover is like maybe you got it, maybe you don't, and it's not a big deal. So you're just rolling successes, like you're rolling shields or swords or what they call triggers on the dice, and they each,
so that's the third symbol.
Yeah, it's an exclamation point.
Okay.
And they power different things. So for like elite characters, they get extra damage and things. But for basic characters, that they don't mean anything. So but it's fun. It really plays well, and I was worried about the balance of the two because we're playing really small scale and playing through the beginning campaign, but it was really even.
Like how many figures per side?
5. It started out as 5, but there's a unit. So we had started out with a unit of 4, and then I had a healer and like a leader figure. And later on, as things get bigger, you can attach units, and so they lose their individual abilities, but they gain special abilities they give to the whole unit. Okay. So if you put the healer like in an infantry, they have this they poison, and then they can also convert things into defense or additional attack.
If you like, can you only attach like characters?
Yeah, okay. So figures that would have been, but I believe we didn't get to into the advanced rules, and this the little booklet that's in the starter set is not the full rule book, but I think you can even between turns like
interesting.
Yeah, so you can that is a really interesting dynamic because it does change how a unit works. So if you're going to pile in, if you're going to like charge somebody, you put that extra damage dealing poisoning character into that unit and then charge, it's going to be so much more effective. And so there's a little bit more strategy.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because just the healer by themselves, this big orc like just walked around the big melee in the middle and just went wonk one hit and just vaporized the plague doctor. It was like it had like the beak.
Oh yeah, the meat. Yeah.
But but gorgeous figures. It's all COcast. Okay. So but a little bit better. Nick, the guy that got the preview copy, Zombie Sashimi on Twitch is. I
don't think I'm gonna use Zombie Sashimi.
He's going to paint them up and everything, and he primed them and just like did a directional spray.
Right, okay.
So so we could tell them apart easily.
Okay, cool.
And I said that this was much easier, maybe a little bit different formulation or something from previous Cyocast that he's used that was really hard to take off any flash or anything. It was kind of like that rubbery kind of board game plastic when you go to try to sand it or something.
It's like bends.
It's not good but he said this is a bit easier to work with, and then the sculpts are beautiful. They're really nice. So I wasn't excited about the game because they did a Kickstarter for their like kind of dungeon crawling tile based thing in that world first, and the characters didn't look great, and it was just it was okay. It looked okay, and plus there's so many of those out.
Yeah.
So that style of game was
that off the list of games I'm trying to develop. All right,
but the war game does look really fun because the factions play so differently. There's going to be 6 factions at release, and and the magic system's interesting too because you can power up your magic, but then the player that you're casting against rolls these black dice which just have defensive symbols on them, but if they roll over when you're doing your casting roll over your success, it fails, and if they're over, then you take one more black die the next time you try to roll. So it gets harder and harder to get a spell off if you're going to go in too crazy with the magic, and the more you use magic, the higher chance there is that it's not going to go off.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so when it fails, it's heartbreaking. Well, just like in like War Master and stuff, when those spells fail, you're like, oh.
War Master, you're just like, I paid how many points for this, and I haven't got it off all game.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
6+. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it has that kind of feel, but it's much lighter. It's much lighter than Infinity. So it'll be like a happy medium. And I think with fantasy, you kind of, because there is magic and stuff, you can't be like laser precise, or it's just kind of silly, like an arrow. You know, if you're going to be like,
you could, and you just be an asshole.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, there was Warhammer Fantasy. So it's well done, and there was like cardboard
houses and
terrain,
and stuff,
terrain and stuff. So yeah. There was enough stuff to make the table look, decently full. But
cool.
I think so. I didn't take any pictures or anything because I think it's still under. It's not clear if it's still under moratorium or not.
Okay.
So.
Look at people we're associated with getting all fancy with like advanced copies and stuff.
Right. Yeah. So. So I'm not going to put anything up about it, but eventually, once it's like in full release, maybe we'll do some video of it. But
cool.
it was just fun to give it a try. It was surprisingly fun to play, so I think they did a good job. That they definitely play tested the hell out of it.
That's what games should be.
Yes, fun to play.
Things that are fun to play.
Isn't that amazing? Yes. So that might become a regular thing, because there's people that were into Infinity, and I think there's a pretty big Japanese Infinity Discord, so cool. People can find each other, and if they get into a War Crow, there could be some War Crow.
War Crow.
Is it spelled? What is it? It's War Crow, right? Yeah, I can't
remember.
Spellcrow is the Polish
company of the
right. So I think it's War Crow. Yeah, because it's Corvus Belli. Yeah. So I think it's War Crow. Yes. But let's get started for this week.
What's up?
All right. Let me just check the chat real quick. Lots of people are in the chat. Abyss is here, and Rob, and of course Clarion was first in. Thank you. Good to see you guys. Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's right. And we did release. I went back and I was gonna. Didn't have good content for the visuals without dipping into the AI nightmare. So John Carter, is audio only. So I'm releasing the audio sessions of that, and that's our first 2D20 and pretty kind of big sprawling campaign. So there's I think 10 or 11 sessions of that. So like 30 hours of John Carter. I'm putting it on a playlist. So I'll be releasing those pretty regularly, so give those a listen if you want to hear early Matt and Will, and still the same awesome dynamics, just the two of them, and we played a pretty epic campaign.
Nice.
So I was surprised, and it got almost multi-generational, because they were successful enough to pick up some dates along the way, so they could
that can role play.
No,
okay.
But to be awarded kingdoms and things. So it's pretty well done. All right, so good to see everyone. Hey, David Serrano, good morning from. Yes.
What time zone is that?
Oh, I wonder. Europe, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, morning.
Yes, I think. Yeah. If you back up about 8 hours, it would be morning. Yeah. Good to see you in the chat. All right. Oh, and apologies for the confusion too. Let me do this before we get started. I did it accidentally at first, and then I'm like,
then I did it on purpose.
Then I said, why not? And so I think my monthly Abuse Cartoon stream is going to be on this channel as well, because this channel is monetized. And now that I'm going down to monthly live streams, I'm never getting the cartoon channel monetized, because it's not going to be often enough. But so if you enjoy that, or if you want to ignore that, so I'm gonna unlist those. I'll maybe make a playlist, but they're not going to be in the regular content. But so let me know if that's annoying. But it's a fun hang. It's a fun kind of it's going to be on YouTube twice, on the Upturned Table and then on the Abuse Cartoons channel. Gotcha. So it'll be easy to find. But it's only once a month, so you can just delete it. Yeah, you can delete it. But but I decided that might be fun, because I talk too much tabletop stuff on there anyhow. So I'm just like,
why separate?
Yeah, I'm like, people are just like, why are you talking about Star Trek? This is annoying. Yeah. Let's get started. Hey, Rob, how's it going? All right. Rob is in the chat. Okay. Welcome to the weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris. And you forgot how it started, didn't you?
I was like, I was going to do something. No, I was not doing anything different. And this week on the weekly, so everything came into my inbox. So there was very little sourcing of information this week. I was just getting constant emails.
So the lazy cast. All right.
This is a very inbox cast. Roll20 security breach.
Okay.
Modiphius is moving. HELLUVA TOWN on crowdfunding, 5 Parsecs From Home tactics, and a quick farewell to Hydro 74.
All right.
So let's start out. So I'll just read my email, basically. This is the email cast. Hello, Roll20 user. It started the email. We are writing you about the data security incident that may have exposed some of your personal information. We take the protection and proper use of your information very seriously. For this reason, we're contacting you directly to explain the circumstances. So it appears that Roll20 had an administrative account compromised on June 29th. And for about an hour, they were open, and people were an individual was mucking around. So unauthorized third-party access to administrative tools. And so what they're saying is it's not serious, but they want to make sure everybody knows. There was exposure to personal information, which means first and last name, email address, last known IP, and 4 digits of your credit card, which is not, you can't really do much with that. So no passwords or full payment account or addresses or credit card numbers were exposed, but they're just notifying us. Which is, I think this is going to come up once there's some bigger players, like once WotC gets their thing going, it's going to be a target for, denial of service attacks, and there's going to be all kinds of fun stuff that people are going to...
evil indie RPGers are going to be launching denial of service attacks, right?
Right. We'll take them down. Now we can directly assault WotC. Yes, and you can... if you're worried about anything or something has changed, like they're actually messed around with specifically your account, if you send a support ticket to incident data request to Roll20, they'll take care of that for you. But so they just claimed that the bad actor gained access to the company's administrative website for about an hour. And during that time, they were able to access and view all user accounts, but just in that limited way. Without any confirmation. So the spokesperson, Jamie Boucher for Roll20, was talking to TechCrunch and said, we truly regret the incident occurred on our watch. Although we have no evidence that any data was misused, no passwords or cards were exposed, we believe the importance of being transparent with our users about any potential exposure. And so
you have to.
I think that's good because TechCrunch reported that same hacker has stolen more than 600 records from 24 websites, and Roll20 was just one of those. So they were all over the place.
Wondering if they were specifically targeted, or it's just kind of like, I'm going to go after this group of
websites. Maybe it was just something they knew had a decent a number of accounts, and they were just going after data. But so this may be a recurring thing, and it's going to be harder. I think the smaller players in this are really going to have to be careful with their security, because if they break that trust early on with players, it may be harder to keep them, harder to keep you on the platform. If you're like, what, this is the second time this has happened?
Then again, for a second. But then again, I mean, what with all the stuff, that kind of feels like par for the course.
No, it is going to happen. But and I think the bigger players, because I think that's why they went after Roll20, because they know that they're, Roll20, I think some millions of accounts. They brag some large number of accounts, so that's obviously going to make them a target.
Right.
And but this is going to be a thing, and it's going to kind of separate who you trust and who you're like, oh, again, because I think people like with PlayStation accounts and stuff don't trust Sony anymore because of the number of times that they've been compromised. But so I thought that was
important.
And a thing that's going to, we're going to have to keep paying attention to this, and it's going to be interesting to see the people that aren't talking about it and are talking about it. The people that are just going to kind of hide it because they know it's going to hurt their reputation, and if they're just starting out, they don't want people to know that. So, get your multi-factor authentication, all that stuff going, folks, because we want to make sure that. We have some stable, because I just think about all the work that I've put into just Foundry, and it's local, but when you have something where you have storage and it's being backed up, that could all be gone. If a server goes down or something's compromised, you could lose in the middle of a campaign you've been playing for a couple of years, and guess what? It's gone now. So that's going to be fun when those things start happening.
That is just AI generated. Sorry, I'll stop.
And no, next message in my inbox was Modiphius Entertainment is moving. So this is similar. Hopefully they handle this better than Games Workshop did. Modiphius is moving their UK warehousing and order fulfillment to a brand new partner in July this month. And they're promising cheaper and faster shipping coming soon. So they say expect delays in physical orders placed in the UK, which is modiphius.net, after July 5th, 5 p.m. July 5th, I guess UK time. But they're saying it's going to be cheaper and faster, could be as low as half of the current price. I don't know for who, though. Maybe just for London. I don't know. But and they also are promising orders placed by 2 p.m. UK time will be shipped the same day. So that's pretty fast. So they must say it must be a much better facility. But the U.S. web store is not going to be affected, and They also are saying if you made a mistake and you just ordered before you got this email, they do have a code that you can use. So shipping delay, all caps, and checkout will give you 15% off your order as kind of an apology because you're going to have to wait. So if you use this code during the next week or so, there's going to be a delay, so they'll give you a little discount on every physical product in the UK store. So just if you're patient, you can get a discount.
Hey, yeah.
Who knows? But
you know what?
No?
If you're really patient and never order something, you get a 100% discount.
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
I never follow that advice. Though.
Right. So what does this do for the Fallout faction pre-orders, you might ask?
What does this do for the faction?
Well, they will not be impacted because they're coming directly from the factory. Okay. So yeah, you don't have to worry if you pre-ordered their Battle for Nuka-World starter sets because they're not going to go through the warehouse.
Nuka-World, okay.
Yeah, the Nuka-World. Yeah, so that's what's confusing. They've got a bunch of miniature games now. Modiphius does for Fallout, and they have different names. This one is kind of an amusement park, like Nuka-World is an amusement park, and your kind of wacky factions, just like having a little gladiatorial battle in some amusement park, but the other ones are a campaign, and you're exploring the wasteland. And what minis are for what? Is it all compatible with each other? Is it different systems? I don't know, but they've got a few.
My exposure to Fallout is box covers on social media.
Right. Yes.
That's it.
I see. Okay, well, let's leave my email. Actually, no, this was email as well.
All right.
We continue. Another email. So have you ever wanted to play as those tattoos that the rockabilly or the ska kids in the 90s had all over their arms? The kind of 30s, animation.
You could have just said like rubber hose cartoon.
Oh, okay. Rubber hose cartoon thing, the Slasher Brothers. And have you ever wanted to play as those characters? Well, HELLUVA TOWN has got you covered.
Okay.
So this was something I got from Two Little Mice because the company that is publishing this game helped Two Little Mice publish their first two games, the Dante's Guide to Hell and Apocalypse. So Acheron Games is doing HELLUVA TOWN. So it's going to be an 80-page rule book, long and insanely illustrated by Shawn Dickinson, who does the Cuphead comic book.
Cool, okay.
So good rubber hose style art. So everything you need to get lost in this neighborhood that never stops exploding. So it's a rules light system based on poker cards.
Interesting.
The hell of a system.
Okay.
Of course. Pre-generated iconic characters with the serial numbers filed off. Well, a lot of them, I think Betty Boop goes into public domain like this year. So
really? Okay.
Yeah. So the 30 cartoons are coming into the public domain. So that'll be fun. And so your ability to create your own uncontrollable tunes, a customized poker deck, of course, nicely illustrated, a map of this crazy world. So they describe kind of where this neighborhood is located. And then they're going to do an art book by Shawn Dickinson, game art, exclusive art, and also that will enrich adventure ideas and prompts. So you can't go without it. It's not just an extra. It's going to be very crucial to planning your campaigns. They're going to do stickers and pins and a GM screen and a cool T-shirt, of course. So yeah, it's described as Cuphead, Looney Tunes, with the Goodfellas gangster style. So yeah, a little noir, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I saw this, stuff. And now that I didn't read any further, but now that I know that it's its own system based on poker cards, I am more interested.
Yeah. It might take a bit to get, because do you remember the Toon game? I forget who put that out.
I know of the Toon game. Wasn't that Steve Jackson?
Yeah, I think Steve Jackson put out the Toon game. So that was kind of
played it.
Yeah, that was trying to emulate this sort of thing. But this looks a little bit more like specifically oriented towards crime and like New York, 30 dirty, 30 silent cartoon kind of stuff. There's a detail on the crowdfunding page that I didn't copy over, but they tell you exactly where this neighborhood is located in New York. Like it's
so it's actually like the real world.
Well, it's like a fantasy world that appears between like Little Italy and I didn't copy that down, but it's funny. There's a lot of fun description and but the tone, I think it might be tricky to get people into the spirit, especially if they never watched any of that stuff, or Cuphead is maybe their only experience of it. It's just like looped animation and rubber hose. But I think it could be fun, and you could do fun voices and fun characters. Like it could get really silly, like gangster voices. That would be fun.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying, oh my God.
But there's got to be some way, like as a game master, kind of to get people into the like, this is what we're doing, so don't think, kind of like with Outgunned, you kind of like, this is just extreme, just try everything, just anything that you want to try is going to be possible, just like in the movie. If you push the button, it's going to make the thing explode, probably.
I would be really interested to see the system though, or at least go look at it, because I mean a lot of I'm trying to put my thoughts together here. I've said before that like certain games try to emulate reality, right? Like the rules of the system are kind of like the rules of physics for whatever game world we're in, right? Mm-hmm. That's some games. And some games are really concerned about replicating that faithfully, right? Kind of giving you some kind of laws or rules that were basically kind of not universal, but you can rely on them, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's real simple. Like, you drop something that falls because of gravity, right? We're going to, not with numbers and stuff, simulate that. But other games, and we brought this up during Outgunned, emulate a genre, right? And it's like, we're not really worried about reality. We're worried about, or we're more concerned about what type of game this is, what genre of game this is, and kind of the tropes and things that would happen in this game, right? Mm-hmm. So like Outgunned, right? Like you only run out of bullets when it's dramatically appropriate, right?
Right.
I wonder which this does.
Yeah.
I would hope it would do genre emulation.
Right.
But then I would be interested, like cartoons, right? How do you do cartoons? Like some cartoons, pretty kind of realistic, right?
Yeah.
Other cartoons, like just completely off the rails, wacky, right? Like I'm thinking of like Hammer Space, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, are there rules for like pulling hammers out of your cleavage, right? Kind of thing, right? Like, that's what it is,
and
right?
you get flattened by a card, you show up in the next scene.
Yeah.
Right.
So I want to. Cartoons are all different, right? So yes, I would want to know what kind of style of cartoon this emulates, and then if they do anything to kind of like support that with the rules, and then what you would use to get people in the mindset, right?
Yeah, I think having a lot like the art on the cards and things would help a lot, because it's like you're playing, you look like this is your, okay, so you,
right,
so you have a
like
lot,
think about the cartoons. I'm going to say like let's say like a lion is chasing me, right? And I turn around and I punch the lion, right? What's going to happen, right? Like, is the lion just going to like accordion fold or whatever? Or is it going to like fly up in the air and then like come down as the individual cuts of meat in like a butcher shop, like Popeye style, right? I don't know. That was the thing that went into my head, right? Like sometimes.
Well, it depends on what card you play for the punch. Yeah, and so that's fun too, because Malifaux does a nice job of using a deck of cards. And you have a hand, but then you're drawing off the top. So you can decide if you're going to play a card from your hand or draw from the top of the deck.
Okay, so you're given a choice between
you can kind of mitigate and hold things for the big moments. And I wonder if they do something like that here, or if it's just complete randomness. Because complete randomness might serve the genre a little better, where it's like, I go to do this and a 2. Okay, well, I guess.
But I mean, if it's poker hand, I mean, you might have like a number of cards in your hand, and then like there might be a number of cards in like the river. So you'd be able to like, okay, I could do this, or if I use those, right? You know what doesn't use a good job of using cards?
What's that?
Savage Worlds.
Oh, yeah. You didn't know. What do they use the cards for? Is it initiative?
It's initiative, something like that. You know what? Like, it's just completely devoid from the theme and setting of the game. It worked when it was Deadlands, right? Poker hand, cowboy, Deadlands, yes, makes sense.
But
as soon as you move away from it,
Anyway. You just pull a card out of your pack and Elf throws an ace. Yeah. So what else is going on here? Oh, we've got a. This wasn't an email, but this is more
actual content.
Yes, actual content. This is more Modiphius news. So we have 5 Parsecs From Home Tactics is up for pre-order. So there are 2 existing 5 Parsecs books. The first one that Modiphius reprinted, which is basically a hardcover collection of the solo play war game,
which I still keep meaning to get.
Yes, and this might be a good chance, because things might be very available. So this new book is the tactics book, and it will include more solo or co-op skirmish adventures with procedurally generated battles, loot, character progression, and this expansion will allow for miniature-agnostic play like the previous one did, but more complex campaign and game mastering. So you could actually play more RPG style. And the previous books that were already available were the Bug Hunt campaign, which was in their compendium, I believe it was called, and then of course the original book, which was just called their original just 5 Parsecs from Home. Yeah, I didn't think it had any. So in the compendium will include in the and compendium with which is the Bug Hunt, will also include the Trailblazers Toolkit, the Freelancer's Handbook, and the Fixer's Guidebook, which will allow you to do different things, either expand your tactics, salvage, or visit the seedier side and take cruddy, creepy jobs. So yeah, that's interesting that now they're expanding kind of the modes of this game and going a little further into it. And I do remember we talked about, I think, Cyberforge, the miniatures. They actually did, based on the illustrations that were in the book, they did a series of miniatures for this. So if you want something that looks like, what the rulebook looks like, you're able to get those from
Wasn't there also a giant ship in there as well?
I think so. Yeah. They did some terrain and stuff.
Sorry, man, I don't get the appeal of the giant miniatures.
Giant miniatures. But yes, so it's a fast-moving system built for solo gaming from the ground up. RPG light adventure game, rules now built in, and that you can create a wide range of characters, whether alien, robot, or human. And miniatures-agnostic, you have a starship, so you can upgrade your ship. And then there are also difficulty settings. So there's a super hard black and red zone jobs, and then now options for game mastering scenarios. So more complex RPG-like campaigns with connected scenario plots, environmental hazards, and factional conflict.
I do want to check this out, and I think there's a fantasy version called 5 Leagues from the Borderlands.
Oh, yeah, right.
Maybe done with the same people or not. That also reminds me that I think up for pre-order now or release is Osprey Games' Stargrave Dead or Alive.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And the reason I'm thinking about that is Stargrave Dead or Alive introduces solo play with mission generators and things like that for Stargrave. And I would be very curious, not saying I will actually do it because I don't have time, right? I wish I had the time to do that, right?
Right.
I would be very curious how the two stack up against each other.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because if they're both kind of designed, it sounds like 5 parsecs solo first.
Yes, yeah.
Stargrave competitive first, right? So
right.
I'm interested in how these two stack up. In terms of solo play.
Yeah, and also the creator of Frostgrave Stargrave also did the Rangers of Shadowdeep, so he has experience with doing good solo campaign rules. So yeah, it could be, I think, and he'll probably lean into it being more narrative, like probably the series of missions and stuff that you play.
Like, I also do want to see what they mean by like RPG light or narrative, because I think not a lot of times, but I mean, the player could provide their own narrative, right? Like you just give the missions, so you generate them, and then you do the work to make a narrative emerge from them, and
how your crew reacts to it.
Or someone gets wounded, or you find something or whatever, right? So I want to know what they mean when they say, well, we're introducing light narratives as well. And I'm not saying it's negative, I just
I wonder
what does that mean?
I wonder if that just means that there's more going on between sessions.
Maybe.
So that you're, there's more interactivity. More, but I guess if it just means more leveling up, then
that'd be a bit dry and mechanical.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah, so interesting. But that's a good point. I'd like to compare both of those because, very interesting. I'm the same with you. I have a digital version of the first rule book because of the Cyberforge. Right. But I haven't had a chance to go through it and see what the system is like and see like how they handle, how they lean into solo play and make it.
I also wonder. Well, one of the things I wonder how big of a table.
Oh yeah,
right. Because solo is great, but if it's like 4x4, come on, dude.
I wonder because I think things are. It seems like stuff I've looked at recently, skirmish stuff, because I think Warcrow is 3x3 standard, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that keeps things pretty tight. I think when you get to larger armies, though, you're probably gonna have to go up to 4x4 because you're gonna start on top of you, like the deployment zones are gonna be touching. But I think things for skirmish are sticking to. I think 4x4 is as crazy as you can get, but 3x3 seems to be most of it. Yeah, most of it is pretty small. And we actually were playing on 2x2.
Wow.
Yeah, for this little starter set, because you're just like fighting around a house or you're fighting around a lake, so it was very it worked well. And a fond farewell we will end this week with. So yes, it looks like Hydro 74 is no longer getting commissions from Wizards of the Coast. So he posted, this illustrator posted on, which probably means they're just going to rely heavily on AI for now. All right. So Hydro 74, real name Joshua M. Smith, posted on his social media that the Vecna book, Eve of Ruin, is the last cover he's going to be doing. It was a gold and silver treatment So he said, I just got my copy of Vecna, Eve of Ruin from D&D in. The Gold and Silver is really fantastic. Sadly, Wizards said this was my last book since they are changing direction, which is disappointing, but freelance life was a fun ride. And so they showed all the covers, the alternative covers that he had done.
This is the alternative cover person, right? So
yeah,
kind of like
the very graphical, very, it looks like, kind of illustrated, very hard graphical, usually printed in a colored foil.
Okay.
But those covers compelled me to want to buy stuff I shouldn't have.
They look cool.
I wouldn't have wanted to buy otherwise. Yeah, so he had done work on all the major rule books for 5e. So the Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, Dungeon Master's Guide, Xanathor, Volo, and the Icewind Dale, the Wild Behind the Witchlight. Yeah, so it was a pretty big, like maybe 20 books or something. It was quite a bit. So it's sad, and this means that they probably just don't want to pay so much anymore, and Wizards is going to go for a cheaper alternative, or maybe they're picking favorites. Maybe they're just going to say our alternative is Beetle and Grimm, or we're going to do the alternative,
maybe.
In house and keep it
Maybe.
cheaper. So we get more. And if they want to lean towards digital anyhow, they don't want to encourage people, because you don't care what the cover of your PDF is. So they don't want to, if they want to lean to digital and not physical, of having a tempting, interesting looking alternative cover is probably not something.
I don't know. Could be a lot of stuff too, or it could just be them gearing up for whatever the next edition is.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, okay, that was. 5,
right. Yes.
right?
Yeah. So
we want a new direction for the cup.
Right. So they gotta do the thing that they're doing now with all of the nostalgic characters on the covers of.
Is that what?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Right.
But his words, not mine.
Yep.
I won't lie. I miss assisting, but hopefully. Wait. Sorry, I missed this. So I was told things are shifting to 6e, that the creative is changing, which is pretty much the standard for separate editions. I won't lie, I will miss assisting, but hopefully I get pulled in for other assets, he adds. If not, it was a great time with a great company. His words, not mine. Yep. And I loved everyone I worked with. But there are good people there, I'm sure. Most of them have been laid off, but were good people there. So I get to see how much passion there was behind the scenes, and was honored just being a part of it. Because that was the biggest edition of D&D, so yeah.
Also, I'm not saying any of that is not true.
You liar.
As a freelancer, right? Like, okay, like as we said before, if you work for the company as a corporate person, like, you gotta say the correct corporate stuff, or you get pulled into HR, right?
Yeah.
As a freelancer,
yeah. Oh no, that's true.
You don't trash the client, right?
And
if you want to work anywhere else,
right. But if they liked his work and it was like a good relationship, they're gonna be sweet to him. Because I've had like the long-term relationships where the editors were so kind. They could have just been brutal. Everything you turned in, they could have just torn it apart, which happened at sometimes. But yeah, when you've got that good relationship going, they're just, oh, this is so great, and we love this, and we love this. So yeah, that was probably the good vibes he was getting from them.
It might have been one of these, like, love your stuff. Unfortunately, we're going in a different creative direction for 6e. We'll be in touch with stuff like that. Right?
Yeah, so we'll see what they come up with. Just a bunch of PDFs probably, but anyhow,
it might be a bunch of PDFs covered in AI stuff.
So farewell, Hydro 74, or you just move over to Pathfinder and then do alternative covers for that. Find a competitor to really spring your stuff on. All right, so that's going to do it for this week.
Oh, sweet.
Where can people find you?
My brain fell out. I don't know. Blue Sky, I guess. Blue Sky. A little bit more on Threads and Instagram, only because I can cross post.
Yes.
So that's pretty easy. Recently I found, I don't know. Haven't been doing any war game model stuff because it's just too hot and tired.
Yeah.
But I've been pushing pixels around, and I found kind of an open TCG set of rules. And I'm like, I've got all these pixel art assets that I'm not doing anything with.
Some print-on-demand cards are coming. Heat-sealed foiled packs are coming.
Not that, right? No random booster bullshit. Yeah. Now I'm really stuck between what size a card. Right? Because the normal poker cards, I'm like, 54 cards. That's like 3 sets. I'm like, that's around like $9. Upside is their normal size, and you can sleeve them.
Right.
Half-size cards. I'm like, you can get like 64 for like less. And I'm just like,
they fit in a mint tin?
Don't get me started on the mint tin. I love the mint tin stuff, right? But I'm like, they're half-size. You would get more. They're a little bit cheaper, but who has sleeves for them?
Yeah.
But if I'm not designing a game that's going to interact with other games, then do they need to? Anyway, yeah, that's all the stuff I'm thinking about stuff. Yeah. So if you want to see me just post stuff, and I got to get to the point where I'm like, I got to develop some like rules for these cards and stop tweaking the art that goes on them. Right? They're just like, looks nice. They don't do anything. Right? Anyway, so yeah, that's a Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads. Hivemind, HYVEMYND.
Nice.
And how about you?
How about me? Well, I'm taking over this channel with Abuse Cartoons. Yes. So so once a month you're going to see both on the Abuse Cartoons YouTube channel and here the live stream for drawing my a month of cartoons. So I just finished July, and
wow, you are on it.
Yes. So I'm done with July, and it's just the beginning of the month. So it's a longer stream, like a 3 to 4 hour stream, and just kind of hang out, and so people can pop in and out, and it covers more time zones because when I would just pop in for like an hour and a half, nobody could catch it, and it's just not as fun when you're not interacting with it, when you watch it from the archive. So Abuse Cartoons on YouTube and Twitch, and if you're subscribed to this channel, you'll be notified when it goes live as well. And feel free to ignore it. And I'll put a playlist. There'll be a playlist on the channel, but I won't kind of pollute the video list with cartooning, just in case. But I did offer, because I want to also plug one more thing. Matt, the GM and player that I work with, just started a Substack. And so he's writing on RPGs on the Substack. And I promised if I draw anything on the live stream, because it's a monetized channel, he can use it to illustrate his Substack. So I'll be doing more fantasy illustrations and stuff. While on that live stream. So
single panel gag cartoon fantasy
art. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Right. So I'll be doing some additional stuff that Matt will be using. So that will be fun. And yes, and if you like what we're doing here on the weekly, please consider becoming a weekling.
The strongest of all supporters.
Yes, at patreon.com/upturntable. And also upturntable.com, the website for everything, and on all social media, Upturntable. On the website, we've got audio of the actual plays, we got, video lists of all the videos, and then hey, all right, thank you for the follow. And we've also got just everything that we're doing for the channel is up there, the lore videos and audiobooks and all that good stuff. And and then John Carter will be going up. Nice. So we've got 30 hours of John Carter of Mars.
That's about like one audiobook of John Carter.
Yes, it is.
And I bet it's like a million times better, because boy howdy, when you get to like book 6, you're like, oh God, how many more secret places on Mars could there be, right?
Yes, when you're serialized, you just got to keep cranking it out, don't you? Yeah. All right, so that will do it for this week, and we'll be back next week.
Later, mortals.
Goodbye. So I think we're gonna have to make do with a noisier live stream because no AC in the room in this room in the summer. There's huge windows. There's like a huge curved skylight, so it is brutally hot very quickly in here. So yes, apologies. In the future, it's probably going to be noisy in the summer, but I was starting to lose my lose my composure from the heat there towards the end. So how's everybody doing? Nice. Oh, where's it going? Oh, nice. Rob's in the chat. What did I miss here? Let me go back through the chat. Looks like we've got an active discussion. Orcus Dorcas, good to see you. Oh, right. All the illegal fireworks are still going. That's right. Happy 4th of July. Independence Day. Nice. Yeah, there's some podcast I was listening to that was saying where do the normies, where do the normie cishats, what's their Pride Day? That would be 4th of July for all the people that like fireworks. Nice. Oh yeah, Rob was saying Cuphead that's a punishing game. I think they're trying to emulate the old school, like the old SNES and those platformers and stuff. But the work they did though, the art direction on Cuphead is amazing because the animation, like they really did very conscious of emulating exactly what those old films looked like, the old silent cartoons and stuff. And it works well with video games because the looped animation and stuff. But yeah, it's and it's kind of hard, the hitboxes and stuff with all the crazy art. That's the only downside of the art style. Oh, Abyss does not like the other 30s rubber hose cartoon stuff. Nice. Oh, I bet. Yeah, Orcus said yes. So all the Hydro 74 covers are going to be going for absurd prices. Yeah, because they were even when the releases were coming out, they weren't that easy to get a hold of. Like sometimes they would sell out if it was a popular book anyhow, because they weren't insanely priced. They weren't like Beetle and Grimm prices. But yeah, the only one that I own is the I got the set of the Arcane, the art collection, the D&D art collection. He did a cover like a dragon head for the box. So the only art I don't own any of the books, just the box set for the Art and Arcanum. Nice. Yeah, but sometimes I would see his covers and be like, "Oh yeah, that's that would be nice to own." I care about what's between those covers, but nice. Yeah. Right. That's cool. Yeah, David. That's yeah, very true. Clearly due to their new art direction, which Miguel. Sorry, I hope I'm not. I hope you didn't want to say this somewhere else, but Miguel had a very funny quote where he said some of the new edition D&D art is starting to look like stuff from the Watchtower. Like it's starting to look like those Jehovah's Witnesses illustrations of like the end of the world and joining their church. Like they're starting to have a little bit of that tone. Everybody's got this like 1,000-yard stare on their faces and they're holding trays of muffins or whatever. Looking a little Watchtowery there, Wizards of the Coast. But that was a good one, Miguel. That made me laugh very much. Maybe that they just tapped into the. They're going to kind of do two things at once. They're going to try to recruit you for Jehovah's Witnesses, and we don't know. There's been a change in ownership. But yeah, I always loved that kind of art. I liked a lot of the silent animation stuff back in the day when I was first in school. Yeah, oh, Miguel's there. Yeah, did Sony take over Roll20? Yeah, that's right. It couldn't possibly be worse. Yeah, I have a friend that got bought up by Sony, and he said that the security and how they dealt with their files was such a joke. They'd have like unencrypted flat files of like passwords and stuff just sitting on servers, just waiting for people to find. So no wonder Sony had so many data breaches. Yes, sweet juicy data. I'm just glad I didn't subscribe to anything on Roll20. That would have sucked, because you always get. I mean, even though they said there wasn't anything that compromised you too much. Nice. Oh, Matt said I received 3 data breach notices in the past 2 weeks. Wow. Where else? That sucks. Maybe tis the season, right? There, everyone's getting out of their computer science classes, and they got nothing else to do but breach security. Nice. Oh, messy AI art galore. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with. If they're going to just lean into it. There was something that I just saw that I was surprised. It was just like unashamedly. Well, I'm starting to see that more and more, like podcasts. Like I thought it was funny for a while. People were doing really funny thumbnails and things for YouTube videos with AI. But now, because they've got the I don't know which platform does it, but you can get like a few seconds of video. So you could do text prompt and a few seconds of video. So people are doing like intro animations and stuff with this like short, kind of blurry video things. So that's becoming pretty dominant. So I can kiss my freelance career goodbye. Nice. Ooh. Mikael saying Spanish government wants to create a persons that use foreign database to regulate minors' access. Oh, that looks fun. I want to get on that get in that database. Yeah, that's like here they they wanted to control minors buying cigarettes from machines, because there's a lot of vending machines that sell cigarettes just out in the open. Anybody can have access to them, so you can't just use them. You have to have either your driver's license, I think had some sort of RFID or something that would that the machine could read, or they had a tobacco pass, a TASPO, they called it, like a tobacco ID that you could register for, prove your age, and you just had this card and you could use it on the vending machines. But if you did that in the US or probably a lot of other countries, then you'd be uninsurable, because everyone would know you how much of a smoker you were, how many packs a day you smoked. So it'd be that'd be very important information that the insurance companies would be dying for. It's crazy. Yes, it says if they paid no real artists, then they will personally, then it will personally. Yeah, right. At lightning speed, you will be able to purchase it. You don't use any art. Yeah, that's crazy. I know. Yeah, paying artists is so 2023. Yeah, that's brutal. Hey, dude, how's it going? Oh, yeah, it's getting crazy. Yeah, right, David. Yeah, I think that's such. Yeah, the developer definitely wanted like a kind of a Dark Souls, like that old school platformer stuff where there's not good save points and you've just got so many lives and you are dead. Like calling out the old Nintendo. Having jobs, Miguel says, yeah, next up is paying people that work at companies. Having job is a privilege, right? Why don't you pay us to sit in this air conditioned comfy office with this at this nice cubicle? Nice. Yeah, I like that style. I was just really impressed with how they pulled that off in a video game. Like it flickers and it looks like old film. It's like the color the coloring is faded, almost like a hand colored photograph and stuff. Yeah, they did a really nice job thematically, and the little progress maps and stuff. It's all very cute and thematic. But I wonder, yeah, what do you guys think about like an RPG that is trying to emulate that kind of pre-Hays Code, like wild cartoon world? I wonder how many people could get into it, or how many people could successfully kind of all get in on that same idea. Nice. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, Rob is dealing with fun in the workplace. Oof. Nice. Oh, Miguel saying, I wanted to buy something from Square Enix yesterday and couldn't because the layers of security. Oh, right. Yeah, it's some online stuff has gotten really, really silly. And especially if your IP address is not coming from the same country as your credit card, or I've had to do all kinds of silly stuff. And sometimes when you ask tech support or whatever about this, they have no solutions. Like I actually got from Google one time. Google customer support said, well, if there's someone that you trust with an American IP address, you could give them your username and password. Like they couldn't just tell me turn on your VPN and just come in from a US IP address, because I thought they would catch that. I thought Google would at least be sophisticated, but they didn't. They couldn't. But I actually had that recommendation of that secure secure advice of giving someone your login and have them log in from the US. Like, did you really just say that? That's not an option. It's crazy. Orca said, well, somebody hacked my Roll20 account. They're welcome to the 300 trees, bushes, and rocks tokens. Nice. They're all gone. You've got no more trees, Orcus. Hack that database and make their dice roll. That's probably what they were doing, is they were going and actually just trying to make changes. Roll20 saw this as some sort of security breach, but it was just somebody in there trying to fix the damn thing. That's funny. Oh no, yeah, watch out. Matt's got the wrench. Don't diss Shogun. I haven't watched the new Shogun yet. It's nobody here is talking about it. It's on Disney Plus in Japan, and nobody's been talking about it, so I haven't caught up. Oh, Abyss, what did you just stumble into? The Acolyte is a decent show and better than most of the Star Wars shows, but that is such a low bar. Like, yeah, people are talking about, it was better than Kenobi. It's like, well, that's true. Yeah, Acolyte, the level of the writing in Acolyte is such garbage. And now they're doing, it's just so apparently, there's just too much amateurish stuff in there. And that really made me wonder, like, what has happened to the level? Like, are they just assuming, everybody that's watching Star Wars now grew up reading fanfic on a Tumblr blog, so let's hire former fanfic Tumblr writers to write our scripts now? Because the level of the writing is so bad. And it's not like it's everywhere. It's just like certain companies, certain properties have just chosen to go with this. Like, it's not even. It's like below. Like, I thought young adult was as low as it was going to get. Like, as low as the quality of narrative writing, fiction writing was going to get, or screenwriting. But this like new fanfic where everything is, it's like written specifically for the internet. They're trying to ship every character in every episode. They're trying to, and it's got all this like crazy, like, and especially for Star Wars, the weird titillation that they're doing is odd. Like it's weird. It's weird. But anyhow, enough of that. So everything is so bad. All that Star Wars stuff, they could literally just I would never rewatch any of that stuff again. Maybe the first season of Mandalorian, but it'll just depress you. It's like watching the first season of Game of Thrones and thinking, wow, they're doing an okay job, telling the story, and then you have to get to the end. But if they just pulled a Willow and deleted all that stuff, I don't think anybody would care. And if they need the tax if they need the money on their taxes, they might just do that. I was just saying the Acolyte is better than the last 3 Star Wars movies. Well, yeah, and the first 2 prequel, and it's better than the Obi-Wan show, and better than the past 2 seasons of Mandalorian. Yeah, definitely the last 2 seasons, but it's definitely not better than Andor. Yeah, the writing on Andor was so much better, the tension and everything. I just think they have. And I don't know if they're intentionally just writing it kind of episode by episode, but the tension is all wrong. The reveals are all wrong in Acolyte. It's just like nothing is working. So I'm not sure what Abyss has been at as we go. I mean, I can see, just like with Last Jedi, there were a lot of people that were like, I loved what they did with Last Jedi. And it's just because it was like different, and they didn't think that you could do anything else with Star Wars. And I think that's what Andor was for me. Was like, oh, you can make Star Wars doesn't have it has to have a cute little puppet, scene in it, or a belch joke or something. Acolyte isn't doing it for me. It's just like there's just a lot of stuff that just is off, and it could be. I mean, there is, and if they could tell a bunch of different, like a queer coded story in Star Wars, and a military, kind of drama, kind of harder edge type story in Star Wars. They can do that, but it's like, I guess right now, just that Disney Star Wars audience is just consuming all that stuff, and so you're trying to move the whole audience to watch all of it, and it's just not going to. They're going to have to just accept, like, they're going to need to fracture and just because we already have like now 3 generations of Star Wars fans, and they don't have any overlap at all. Like when I listen to reviews of people that grew up with the prequel trilogy and stuff, their kind of take and their view of Star Wars is that cold, stupid, antiseptic thing, green screen, like weird, thing that Lucas was doing in 99 and onward. And it doesn't have any of that, summer blockbuster silliness, and you don't get excited about seeing the characters in the next movie. Like first shot of each character in the next movie was always exciting in the first trilogy and stuff. None of that stuff exists in the later stuff that was later made. And I think Lucas kind of set this table for a mess because of the weird decisions that he made, that he pretended he made 30 years ago, that definitely he did not, or I guess it was at the time 20 years ago or 10 years ago. But he definitely did not. Like, he didn't have all of this stuff planned out, because you could just tell all the odd decisions that kind of screwed stuff up. So the cops thing, so we're complaining about that before. I don't know if that was on stream or not, but complaining they made Jedis into cops. And not this last episode 5, maybe. They just, like, one of them yelled, "You're under arrest," and pulled out handcuffs and was trying to handcuff it. So they're just space cops, and that is the stupidest thing, stupidest turn to do. I mean, it's fine. It's easier to write that, it's easier to write than to write these, Grail knights with laser swords. It's easier to write cop drama, but I don't know. Oh, that's it. Matt's coming to get you, Abyss. Star Wars was never. Oh, Abyss, get out of here. You just weren't alive. I mean, Star Wars wasn't. Well, Star Wars was good before it was a fandom. When anybody, just like participated. Just like people said, oh, Jaws was scary, and whatever, Close Encounters was creepy. When people just, you didn't have a fandom around, everything didn't have to have a fandom, and literally people saying, I base my identity on liking this, IP. That's insane, but that's what we have now. So before fandoms, Star Wars was wonderful because it crossed every demographic. Like everybody loves Star Wars. I grew up in this like crazy mixed neighborhood in the 70s, and everybody played Star Wars and everyone was in Star Wars, and no one was like, I can't identify because I didn't see anybody that looked like me. There wasn't anybody doing that. We were all playing Star Wars. And I think Han Solo was occasionally black. Oh my God. But yeah, it's a weird thing when it became so part of people's identities. Abus. I'm changing your name to Abus. Abyss, we still love you. It's just permanent delusion. The Acolyte was easy. It was easy because the Acolyte take was easy because Jeremy is correct. Oh, thank you. Star Wars stuff is such a low bar. Yeah. The Disney stuff is super, and I wonder why. I wonder, because they got what's his face, the Iron Man director, to do that first season of The Mandalorian. It's like, oh, well, suddenly like he had his take on what TV, episodic like 80s TV would feel like, and kind of gave that feel to The Mandalorian. But the other people that they're choosing, like they're really just like a couple people with a few indie film credits or whatever, and it probably is just because they're very you can bully them very easily. The executives, the middle management sitting on the set with their arms crossed, counting beans, can bully those people very easily. Where if you get somebody like a Favreau in there, he's going to get pissed off and leave the project because he doesn't want to, have his hand held. A bit. Andor is not Star Wars. It is not what Disney wants. Yeah. Andor is a gem, and it will be ruined next season if they put cute animal companions. You're right. Yeah. What is it with the plushies? Everybody's got plushies now. I keep seeing all these ads for like there's Warhammer plushies and D&D plushies, and who wants that? Yeah. Hold up. Is this Abyss? Oh, that's right. Yeah, tell us Attack of the Clones is the best Star Wars movie, and we'll call the police Abyss. Yes, good thinking, Orcus. I didn't think of that. It's a code. Yeah, I think Matt's right. It works better the fewer and more mysterious the Jedi are, and that was the problem. Even like at the time when LucasArts was messing around with doing a Knights of the Old Republic 3. I got a chance to do some kind of concept illustration stuff, and all the feedback I got was more lightsabers. So they wanted this. They wanted to get to that point, and I think there was an EA game intro, maybe for the MMO, that is just like 400 guys running, charging each other with lightsabers. That's what they were working up to. That's what they thought Star Wars should look like, and so that was a huge push. And it's like that. Yeah, that's not, and especially because just that one scene, that big force push in episode 4 of Acolyte, and everyone's falling back with their lightsabers. It's like everybody like loses, the guy next to you loses a limb because you get thrown back with your lightsaber on. Nice. Oh no, Abyss has the high ground. Oh, we're screwed now. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what they're doing. It really feels like a Disney, or at least the executives that are involved, were just so confident that like, we can crap out anything and put Star Wars on it, and it's going to make its money back. And that they proved that wrong. They proved that you actually can't do that. It's funny, but still, yeah, we're in this weird streaming age that's eventually going to die. But it's like such a huge amount of low quality stuff. It's really weird. Yeah, Rob's saying Star Wars is dead to me. Yeah, definitely the thrill is gone, and it's getting so much because you kind of tolerated when there was that drought in the 90s, and all the Dark Horse comics and everything were coming out to just to support stuff, and all the stupid storylines that were coming out, just kind of random nonsense that was impossible to put into kind of one continuity. Yeah, that's when it's just like, yeah, that it is kind of over, and you tolerated that, but now that stuff is actually like, in their canon, and that a corporation with an IP is concerned about canon, it's silly telling you what isn't canon. Albistus wants to watch the world burn. Yeah, yeah, right. Starting with Skywalker Ranch, definitely that mission school style nightmare, that atrocity of a Redwood. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Abyss the band? Yeah, it is, and it's becoming. It seems like for half of the internet, Star Wars, those shows especially, are just like a meme farm. They're just like cranking out the meme of the week when these episodes come out. It's just silly. Oh, right. And Miguel said Battletech plushies. Yeah, the plushies thing is crazy. I wonder, there must be some company, there must be some factory in China that's just like, come on. Because I looked when a bunch of YouTubers were doing plushies. I looked into the company that was doing it, and it's a pretty big upfront investment. You need to like go in like $3,000 or something, with the possibility of making like $500 if you sell everything, and if they do the fulfillment. But unless you have a big enough brand, you're not going to sell everything. It was a really weird, like, okay, I don't know, but maybe they were sponsoring, like maybe there was no buy-in, maybe there was zero investment for the people they thought they could sell stuff for, as long as they promoted them. Yeah, South Park explains everything well. Yes, dude, that is true. Nice. Oh yeah, the Conan quick start. Yeah, you got to let me know, Matt, when you got a handle on that and want to run that. I'm excited to try that. Yeah, the canon. Yeah, canon has just gotten silly. The whip lightsaber. That's right. Yeah, it's getting nutty. Nice. Let me guess, saying Catalyst had an extra. Oh, to add an extra blind box to compensate backers. Oh, wow. Yeah, blind box minis. That stuff is frustrating. Ran some BattleTech last year. Miguel, you can't. Yeah, don't beat Lyle, or he's not coming back to the table. Yeah, there's a few from the old podcast. Most of the guys, I think Chris, co-host Chris, is the only kind of laid-back gamer. Everybody else was pretty intensely competitive, and got a little too upset when the dice didn't go their way. That's why they're good to play RPGs with. But yeah. So more Doom tomorrow. We're going to see what what happened after that torturous Landsrad Council vote. So I guess tomorrow it will just be the appeals process. So I've got this board planned out, Matt, and you're going to have to move these assets, and it's probably going to take 4 to 6 hours. But once you're at the end, there's a small chance that you'll be able to appeal the vote and have a no, sorry about that. Dune tomorrow. Nice. Oh, have you got around to playing them or finishing them? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gloomhaven, Frosted. Oh, yes. No, I haven't. I haven't gotten anybody to the table. To kind of sit down. It's either like they want to do miniature skirmish games or RPGs, and like Gloomhaven kind of sits in the middle. So yeah, I'd like to do that. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just to hold the shelves down in case of an earthquake, so that they don't topple easily. Yeah, I figured out a way. So Modiphius, made a very interesting system with their 2d20 modification for Dune, where it plays. There's a lot of good narrative storytelling, and there's interesting currency for both the game master and player. But I managed to simulate a 5e combat. When everybody was getting tired and they said, maybe I can stick around for another hour, I had them almost there for 2 hours, selling votes, or basically pandering for votes in the Landsrad. So courting houses to to vote on their side. And the ending, I'll spoil it if anybody hasn't watched it yet, but so it's like fighting, getting a pretty big like a mini boss, or like a boss battle down, and he's on his last hit point, and you don't know it, and then he just flees, and you guys are just standing there going, "Oh my god, I'm tired." I wish this didn't happen. But I got some fun. I think there'll be some fun fallout for that. I'm surprised that happened, but I think it'll be interesting. I think there's interesting repercussions, and so there'll be fun stuff to play out with that. But they did get the choice then, right? So it wasn't forced upon them because they participated. They created a third option. So there were two options, like kind of a resolution that was being voted on with two options. They added a third and then campaigned heavily for it, and were one vote away. But I recreated all the excitement of a 5e extended combat where you're just round after round. Yeah, sorry about that. There could have gone better. Nice. But so hopefully we'll get some fun stuff going on. No, I think so too, Clarion. I was surprised by that. I liked that because then they got to put their votes behind whichever option. So they kind of got they got to choose, and so they could oppose kind of what the Harkonnen, like House Harkonnen, was going for, and there'll be fun repercussions with all of this. So yes, repercussions. Lots of repercussions in this game. Yeah, and there was some good advice. I think it was not in the main core rulebook for Dune, but I think it was in the Power and the kind of Landsrad supplement, where they were saying, let the house play politics, but there is always a consequence, whether visible or invisible, to everything that goes their way or goes against them. Like it just, make sure that everything ripples. And I think that's a nice, because I've already had interaction with enough houses that everything they do is going to kind of pull things one way or another. It's pulling people, in their favor, and then also out of their favor. And so when they go, something like this, when they have the votes, they have to get votes or something, or they need supports, and especially when it gets to be military support and things, it could be nice and fun. Nice. Oh no, Abyss got a mothership box as well. They sent me and a bunch of people empty boxes. No way. Oh, that's what? Who did they use for fulfillment? That's insane. Oh, I think we know, don't we? Wasn't there? Yeah, I think that came up in a story. Somebody that was a company that was using the same fulfillment. That's insane. I haven't opened mine yet, so I could have an empty box too. Okay, so we definitely have to do that as an unboxing now, because it would be a great unboxing of an empty one. The French version. That's insane. Well, maybe was there a coupon in the box to redeem after Christmas for your actual French translation? Like the French translation wasn't done yet. Always the French. The French. The Orson Welles outtakes from that cheap grocery store wine commercial. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, maybe someone in the warehouse was looking around. I don't see French. Just seal the box. It's fine. That's crazy. Well, I think for me, it might be worse to get French than to have an empty box, because it would be that much useful. Oh, the French company. Oh, the French fulfillment. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because each region is going to have. Yeah, that's right. Because North America had a different fulfillment company than EU. Jeez. Never trust the French, Miguel says. Oh, that's insane. An empty box. We have a cool box now. We just need to get something in it. Oh, that's nuts. Yeah, I can't believe. And I guess though, it just, and I think maybe a lot of the indie guys are facing that. They're just kind of choosing, and if it's their first projects, and maybe somebody recommended them or maybe not, but they're just going with someone that hopefully will fulfill everything. And also too, like, you may have had a good experience with a company previously when they were smaller, or it was different management, and things have changed, and also logistics and things have changed a lot too. I don't think people are adjusting well, to UK not being in the EU, and cargo rates going up, and taxes and stuff, being difficult. So yes, pronouns is an American thing. Yes, it is an English language thing, because we don't have a gendered language. Yeah, that's brutal. Wow. Yeah, be careful. I'm gonna call Chris back here, Abyss, and you're gonna hear it. Oh, yeah, but that's too bad. They screwed up that bad. But yeah, I think, with things shifting, I think companies that had stuff under control at like one point in time, like how things have changed, currency rates and shipping rates, and just, materials rates after the pandemic, have got some companies, that they should have just, bankrupted out. They should have just cashed out, but instead they're trying to negotiate. Miguel does the manga ... No comment. We're not going there. Not even the decency to put in a nice bottle of wine and a baguette. The damn French. The French Orcus. That's funny. Good stuff. Yes. So so Dune tomorrow, and we've been kicking around. Matt has been corralling us to figure out a new gray noise panel discussion. That will be fun again. And this one may be a live stream. I got to talk to Nathan and Orcus and see how they're feeling. But we may do it as a live stream, so it'll be more interactive. That will be fun. But yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. The America has always been an exporter of their pop culture, and now they're an exporter of their pop politics, and everyone is subjected to them. Nice. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's why you didn't get the French, because everyone is freaking out over the votes, the Conservative Party votes. Oh, cool. Matt's got a proposal for some more gray noise coming at you. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, we haven't talked to any. That didn't come up with Chris either. We haven't talked to any debate or anything. Oof, it's gonna be a wild ride. Oh yeah, we got some Supreme Court rulings. We got some crazy debate. The money is moving around right now. All the DNC, the backers are shifting the money people. So. Yeah, that was probably the most disturbing thing to see. All the trouble that American politics has, the most disturbing thing to see was all the money men, the Democratic Party money men, just skeeving and like, oh, what are we gonna do now? That was like, oh right, that's what American politics is. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I got to check in more on the Discord. Thank you, Matt. I'm missing some stuff. Abyss is saying, enjoy this while you can. This could be your last 4th of July. We'll just have a new 4th of July, a new Independence Day where some other force overthrows the despotic, overtaxing government. Matt's going to savor the final 4 months of American democracy. Before you're sent to the camps, Matt. I wonder if they'll let you still get on Discord when you're in the camps. I told you, the door is open. My relatives have precedence, or have priority. But Matt, if you're going to get here, get here before January 20th or whatever, and you should be fine. Yes, I got a space cleared out for you. Unless I get any email from distant cousins, you're in, Matt. Yeah, but I think Japan's going to be fun too. They're going to be on that loop again of a new prime minister a year, unless somebody strong steps up. Miguel says globalization was a great idea until the common man started buying online from China. Yeah, there's too many workarounds now, aren't there? You can't control. Yeah, you could sleep here. It does get hot during the day, but yeah, you could definitely. And it does smell like ramen. It smells like ramen in the morning, so yeah, that's pretty comforting. Although it's like having an apartment above a donut shop. It's like, oh, that's so cool, and then after a couple of weeks, you're like, the smell of donuts makes me sick. Evading taxes and taking factories to China. It's all cool. Rob's saying, new rules here make it possible to remove our permanent resident status. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did a tax. They're doing a tax thing where permanent residents that haven't paid enough taxes can have their residency thing revoked. Yeah, I wonder if that's just for the because when I go to when I was just renewing my spouse visa for a while, you would just see these like mummified Chinese elderly just like laid out on the benches and stuff there, like family had brought them over. So I wonder if it's that kind of stuff they're trying to clamp down on. Just the insane amount of people that are here just taking up space. Oh, not just text. If you forget your Gaijin card. Nice. Oh, man. We're going to be against the wall, right? They're going to be patting us down against the wall. Where's your Gaijin card? I got it at home. I swear. Nice. Yeah, I was surprised. A friend of mine said that they were on vacation in Okinawa, and they had their wallets and like backpacks and stuff stolen out of their car. Who knows who that was by? Oh, hey, thank you, Abyss. Abyss gifted a membership, and Matt Scott is you are a dedicated follower, Matt. That's right. Thank you, Matt, for becoming a member, and thank you very much, Abyss, for gifting a membership. We got to get one of those at. And dude is now a dedicated follower. Thank you so much. One more membership. Keeps going. It keeps going. And so they went to the police station to report it, and the police said, "Do you have your driver's license?" And they said, "No, it was in the wallet that was stolen." It's like, "Oh, that's $300 if you're driving without your driver's license and you drove here." So they went to report a theft and got charged $300 because they didn't have their driver's license because it was stolen. Thank you, Abyss, you beautiful person. Yes, I agree. The Acolyte is a beautiful, beautiful show. Thank you. Unknown Girl has become a member. Excellent. Oh, this is beautiful. Still no Miguel. Miguel, turn on your gifted memberships. This is going to have to gift everybody watching. You're going to have to get to the 13th membership before. All right. So everyone now has access to the all the member content. Nice. Yeah, we got to do some member streams or something too. Definitely during the month when everybody has it. Oh yeah. So if you click on, it's like a setting you have in your YouTube, and if you click on when you're in the chat and you see those notifications, I think if you click on the gifted thing, sometimes it will give you like those 3-dot menus. Or if you click on that option, it'll open your settings and then show you if you're accepting gifted memberships or not. So even if you're not viewing, like Unknown Girl, she may be lurking, but she's not like active in the chat. If you've been in the chat on a stream, you're eligible for a gifted membership, even if you're not currently watching. It's just if you have that option turned on. Thank you, Abyss. That was very kind. I respect your Acolyte opinions. That's how you get respect. You buy it membership at a time. Yeah. Unknown Girl popped in for the cartoon stream this week. Nice. Yeah, is it? Yeah, they definitely should have fought that. Yeah, how could they? Yeah, it's like, yeah, that was really sad. That story. No, I don't think she might not be on, but she was on. So you kind of go into that list of viewers, and so when memberships are gifted, anybody that's viewed, so even lurkers and things, and so you can if you watch some questionable live streams that you don't want a membership for, you don't want your name to pop up on their live stream, you can also turn off gifted memberships. Yes, thank you, Abyss. Oh, I should have credit you back. I'm so sorry. Yeah, because my not upturned table, my other, because sometimes I viewed this stream from my other account. It's just a very special Christmas present. Yeah, Abyss, I appreciate that. I'm sorry it's not. Oh, Unknown Girl is here. Yay. Nice. Oh, that's right, because you did get notification. I think you get an email notification as well. Like you get pop-ups, depending on how you have it set. But it's tricky. They don't make it easy at all to know what's going on. Let me just not screw this up. I hope. Yeah, you might have to Google it. And the thing that really is bad is they've changed. They changed their options so often. Oh yeah, allow gifts. So it pops up under. So if you have it turned off, when somebody gifts a membership, let me see if I can. Oh wait, do I have a way to show you this? So under my, where'd it go? Under my just upturned table thing, it's just saying allow. Would you like to allow gifts? So if you have it turned off, it prompts you to turn it on. But I don't think if you already have it on, it's going to say anything. Yeah, sorry. So underneath it, it says you could be the lucky recipient of the membership with access to exclusive perks, and then there's a link that says allow gifts. But I won't turn allow gifts on in case it will gift. I don't think it'll gift the channel you're gifting for. But yeah, I should turn that off with my other account. But otherwise, I don't know where that setting is, but it's one of those things. Yes, thank you, Abyss. Very, very kind. Yes, the sloth fancier channel. Yes, Orcus, it's true. I watch a lot of sloth videos. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, that's right. It's Matt that got me all into it. I blame Matt. I think there actually are. I've seen TikToks and stuff of sloths because they're so funny to watch move slowly. Funny. Sorry. Yeah, they're not trying to sabotage you. Yeah, your account can get. I definitely. I know what Miguel is talking about. Your Google account can get weird. Mine is all confused. It's got like 2 addresses and everything in it, so it doesn't know. It doesn't, because I've got 2 addresses, it doesn't let me change my location. So location option is just grayed out, so I have no location. Oh man. Yes. So that it's getting brutal in here. I'm cooking. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry. In the future, it's probably going to be a bit noisier. I'm going to play around with maybe screening the air a little bit, like keeping it turning it away from microphones and stuff, so it's a little quieter. But it just gets too hot in here with the skylight during the heat. So which game on the shelf would you say is the best one to play? Oh, which game? Let's see. So what can you see on the shelf? Tag Raid was very fun. That's Nick's copy of Tag Raid. That's really fun. If you like the world of Infinity, that's fun as hell. Outgunned is really fun. That's just the poster. What's this? Best. We had a lot of fun. I was surprised. We had a lot of fun with. Can I get out of the way here? Both Blood Rage and Rising Sun were really fun. Just kind of first plays, not serious, and they're very similar. Like it's just like modifications of the rule set. We haven't played Zone Wars yet, but and I can't. I've gotten so close to getting people to play Hate, but I haven't gotten Hate on the table. It's so frustrating because I've got a lot of hate. Got a lot of hate I want to share with everybody, and nobody's going for it. Oh, geez, 111. Yeah, but you don't have like 89% humidity, Matt. It feels like 111 here with this crazy humidity. I don't know. Manny Jacinto, yeah. I don't know if he's going to win. Will he win an Emmy for... that would be interesting because... and that could happen because the Acolyte's gotten so contentious that the Emmys decide to go in. So he doesn't have a name yet, right? Because he's the Stranger, and people online are calling him like, what is it? Like Darth Teeth or something? Because they put the helmet. Like, of course, Hasbro is trying to cash in on the helmet right away. I like how they sell things before you even know anything about the characters. They're like, isn't this helmet cool? It looks like something from like Chainsaw Man or something. It looks like they kind of ripped off the design from some of the more horror anime stuff. All right, Rob, take it easy. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, Gloom. I've played digitally. I played a lot of Gloomhaven, but I haven't gotten it physically on the table. Come for the series, you'd stay for the month. That'd be good to be like all tweaked and really, really sweaty. That'd be funny. Oh, Darth Twilight. Oh yeah, Darth Skinny Dip. Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna. They get 2 more episodes, and they're not gonna wrap things up, and they're not gonna have another season. So it's so stupid, and I don't know why you would like spend time developing characters and just slaughter them all. It's very, Rogue One to make us waste time. Smilo Ren, that's right. Smilo Ren. That's right. Yeah, there's a couple of internet names. But see, that's why you get to name your characters right away. The first time they appear on the screen, you say, "Hello, my name is," or you have a little, text appear, a little what's it called? Kylon appear that shows the name of the character, so the internet doesn't go nuts with it. Don't say Baby Yoda. Yeah, so funny. Oh man, yeah, Smilo Ren's now official. Lock it in. Yeah, it's very, very funny. Yes, so we'll have a verdict. We got 2 more weeks, Abyss, and then we can then crown the Acolyte as the best Star Wars show ever. Yep. But right now, I think it's only beating. No, it is. It's still. I think the Star Wars Holiday Special still has a higher Rotten Tomatoes rating. I thought that was funny. Why is the Star Wars Holiday Special on Rotten Tomatoes? It doesn't exist. I thought George Lucas eliminated the last known copy. Ooh. Yes. Oh, the unknown. Oh, that's right. The unknown. That's right. Unknown Planet. Yeah, that's going to be fun to play on Unknown Planet. It really is. It's it's got some good swimming. Looks like Irish Islands, like everything else that has been in the sequel trilogy. Unknown Planet. Yeah, they should just whatever that silly language is. That's the alphabet that they use for Star Wars. They should just put everything's name in that so the internet can have fun figuring it out. Oh yeah, there is a. You're talking about Kyle. There's a little Kyle, a Kyle emoji. If that's what you're talking about. So Fantasy Flight can make like 3 card sets of that. Yeah, that would be a lot because it's unknown. So that who knows, and there's a lot of erotic undertones. It'd be great. Oh, Matt, are you excited about the starter set for the? I saw them promoting that for the Star Wars card game. They're dipping into the. Other stories. I think there's Mandalorian stuff in there. So Fantasy Flight is mining the IP, or I guess it's Asmodee. Cost-cutting reasons, but why does Eklight look so much like the Wilderness Channel? Yeah, that's true. Their locations are not amazing. That's funny. Yeah, it seems like for their budget, they could have done a lot more. I'm really thinking though, because Disney has lost, they were losing millions of dollars a day, and now they're, saying they lost $1 billion over some of the movie flops. I don't think they need to make money anymore. I think they've got this stream of investment income or something that we just don't know about, which just means I have to keep the quality really low to keep making money. It's like this inverse, these inverse economics. We make more money than we are losing, but that means we have to keep the quality down, or else the investment doesn't come in. Oh, really? They're doing that because they botched the. Oh, of course. Yeah, it's cool to release a game and then not be able to have. Then people can't get it. Right. Yeah, the walking and talking. That's what I hate about streaming. Is like you'll have a good episode. And I guess that, even HBO shows and stuff were like this. You'll have a big battle episode, and then you'll have the talking episode afterwards, where just people are just sitting on on barrels and crates and talking. Yeah, or filming forests, like all B movie cost cutting stuff is. Crazy. All right. Well, I'm sweating it out here. Luckily, my sweat line has crawled up here. It's beautiful. Nice. It's like Brewster's Millions. They have to spend all this money and have nothing to show for it. That's exactly what Disney must have made a bet, right? There must be some shareholder, a majority shareholder that made them a bet. You can't lose $10 billion in 20 years. Watch us. Yeah, I don't know. But let me wrap it up before I melt into a puddle. But thanks for joining us, and enjoy. This is the quietest it's going to be this summer. It's going to get a little noisier, but I'll cut the air conditioning noise out in the audio-only version. And I didn't record it locally this week, as I had done before. That's why it sounded a little bit nicer this week if you were listening on just the podcast, is because I recorded locally. But my sweatiness had me not, my brain not working. Oh, Abyss! Who was gifted? Hey, Dasferatu! Nice! Welcome, Dasferatu. Please enjoy. Check out the audiobooks and all the crazy actual play and stuff that's in there on the membership. Dasferatu, beautiful name, and we'll see. Yeah, Miguel's got this like Matrix ability to dodge all gifted memberships. You'll never gift me. I'll never be gifted alive. But good to see everybody in the chat. It's really fun to hang out with you guys after the cast, and we'll do this again next week. So thank you so much to all the new members. So check out all the content, the members and the patrons. Thank you so much for your support, and check out Matt's Substack. I will get a link. Right now it's just the DriveThruRPG, but I'll get a link in the description for Matt's Substack. Check out. He's doing some good writing on his kind of thinking about RPGs. It's really fun, and it's now I know where you're coming from, Matt. I'll have you figured out soon enough. I'll be the player from your nightmares. But so take care, everyone, and we'll do this again next week. Bye.